Our long citywide nightmare is finally over. After weeks of waiting, Denver finally saw its first flakes this morning. The second latest first snow in the metro area on record. It wasn't a lot, and it didn't last for long. These are the roads outside our 9 News studios on Spear and Logan right now, clear and not a lot of people driving. Most places around town recovered quickly from those 0.2 inches that we saw in the city. Yeah, it wasn't that big of a storm. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark Salinger. We're tracking the possibility for more snow tomorrow night, but first, those bitter cold temperatures. Want to get right over to 9 News meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen. Corey, it was cold out there all day today.
Yeah, you know that 0.2 inches of snow might have been a little bit of a joke, but the temperatures are for real, and we could be dropping into the single digits here by tomorrow morning. And as far as that snow goes, there are a few other places that did clock in with their first snowfall of the season. Boulder, Arvada, Wheat Ridge, Evergreen, these places have broke their record for the latest first snow in history. These places were also chasing 2021, but it did snow on November 25th that year. It got everybody their first snow almost except for DIA. So that's why Denver is chasing that record. So here is the next storm, which will start tomorrow morning. Winter weather advisories go all the way from the snowy range down to the San Juan. So all the way across Colorado, we could see another good 4 to 10 inches of snow. We got 7 inches of snow up here at the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels, and we may see that again. They're just cleaning up a little bit of that side snow there right now, but it's a clear night for the conditions. We do have a weather impact to tell you about for tomorrow, and that is because we'll have isolated snow flurries possible, and the roads are going to be so cold that even flurries could catch a little bit of snow on the surface of those roads. So maybe some isolated impacts coming between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. tomorrow in the metro area because of those snow bands, and that's what I'll talk to you about in the full forecast just a few minutes, Mark.
Corey, thank you. So those 0.2 inches of snow didn't stop people from getting out and supporting small businesses today on Small Business Saturday. In fact, as 9 News reporter Evan Krugel shows us, it's the perfect way to kick off the holiday season.
The record books may say this was just a dusting, but true Coloradans can always find a way to play in the snow.
Oh yeah, I think so. A little one, a cute little baby. Here. That's a perfect start.
Kate Kundal has been waiting for this.
There we go.
The first snowman of the season, serving as the unofficial mascot to a frigid, dashing through Lodo fun run on Small Business Saturday.
You know, they're gonna be getting warm from running, right?
Sigri Strand runs marketing for Union Station, where the big tree outside was briefly covered in snow. At least, she says it was.
It's gone, but you know, it was there when I got here.
You look great!
Perhaps the quick melt was a good thing, with dozens of people running through the streets.
Yeah, I'm not the most agile individual, so maybe getting rid of the ice is a safer choice for me.
The quick melting snow did little to dampen the holiday spirit.
Absolutely.
A few blocks away at the Chris Kindle Market,
Thanks for coming out on a chilly morning today.
Britt McGowan was tempted to light her candle selection for warmth.
You know, that would just be reminiscent of what my house smells like, so I kind of enjoy the fresh air sometimes, so yeah.
That fresh air was downright cold, despite the sun melting away the first snow.
We've got a little heater in here, so it's not as bad, but yes.
But Britt wasn't complaining.
It's about time for the colds. You know, I was like, candles cold. Not everyone wants to take something, you know, a flaming piece home with them whenever it's a little bit warmer. So I'm definitely embracing the colder weather.
Good day to sell candles. That was Evan Krugel reporting. The market runs through December 23rd on the Auraria campus and at Union Station. All the holiday lights flipped on yesterday, just in time for that first snow this morning. So even though that snow was a welcome sight for some, it wasn't great for everyone. This is a live look at DIA. You can see a little bit windy out there. Over 30 flights were canceled today, and more than 550 others were delayed. We'll talk more about that in just a couple of minutes, with a lot of cancellations and delays going on around the country with the storm system moving through. Developing this evening, Denver police say a man is dead after being shot in South Denver, and it may be road rage related. Let's take a live look right now at the scene. Police first posted about it around 6:15 this evening. They say it happened on South Winona Court east of Sheridan near Highway 285. DPD says again that it might be road rage related, though we are not exactly sure about what is going on or any details about this developing situation. No information about a possible suspect has been made available at this time. Denver police say a pedestrian was killed in an early morning crash near the same spot as Thursday's deadly fuel tanker crash. This all happened on southbound I-25 near Yale. Denver police posted about the incident around 4 o'clock this morning and added that the pedestrian had been killed shortly thereafter. No word yet on if those two crashes have any connection. So Thursday's crash in that same spot is still impacting the area as well. RTD is warning anyone who takes the Southeast Light Rail corridor to expect delays for several more days. That's thanks to the fuel tanker that crashed into the Yale Street Bridge. The crash damaged part of the bridge and forced emergency crews to shut down rail service in the area. Yale Station has since reopened, but the bridge is still getting repaired. Until that's fixed, there are bus shuttles and limited E-line trains that'll cover that area on South Broadway. So the seemingly never-ending construction on Colfax has caused a lot of trouble for a lot of businesses on Denver's iconic street. We've seen several close over the last couple of months, while others are relying on help from the city to stay afloat, which is why when a new business opened up on Colfax earlier this month, we wanted to hear why they wanted to come to the area now. 9 News reporter Colton Chavez shows us why they believe Colfax is worth the gamble.
You can find the entirety of Denver's culture on Colfax. Everything from cool to crusty to weird and wild.
Most business owners would have a bone to pick with a major construction zone just outside of their front door.
Every time we've lived in Denver, we've lived within a couple blocks of Colfax, and so it's home for us.
For Carson and Melody Allen, starting Good Bones Coffee in the middle of the East Colfax Bus Rapid Transit project wasn't a tough decision.
There's a lot happening on Colfax for the better, we believe. Who doesn't want to see something live up to its full potential?
Living up to that potential can come with some growing pains on the gritty streets of Colfax. While some restaurants and businesses have been forced to close, others have moved in, betting on the long game for Denver's most iconic street.
And it's been exciting.
We had our glass front door shattered as part of our Colfax christening.
It will take more than sticks and stones to break Good Bones' desire to be here.
I think we're always pretty confident with just kind of jumping off the cliff and hoping the parachute opens.
We had a great first week full of love and support from the community, and I'm not going to let one broken window break my spirit.
Fueled by a love for music, with the desire to drown out the sound of a multi-year construction project with live performances.
We want to do poetry here, we want to do music, we want to do comedy.
They want to be part of the community.
I think people that love Colfax really love Colfax. That kind of just aligns with how we are as people.
Despite what goes on outside their doors, it's what's inside that matters.
Colfax has good bones, and we want to be a part of the growth that makes it the beautiful thing that we all know it can be.
For Good Bones Coffee, they tell me what they really want to do is just continue to change and mold with Colfax and eventually open their coffee shop for nighttime hours. In Denver, Colton Chavez, 9 News.
Moving to some national headlines this evening, police in New York City say they arrested more than a dozen people after a protest against ICE agents. Protesters gathered in Lower Manhattan to demonstrate against the immigration enforcement operation that was taking place near Chinatown. Witnesses say the protest started out peacefully and then the situation escalated. Demonstrators attempted to block federal agents in a car from leaving a garage. Authorities say some of the demonstrators tossed objects at officers and police responded with pepper spray. No one was seriously hurt. City's police commissioner criticized the ICE operation on social media, saying it put people and federal agents as well as police at risk. More than 300 National Guard members from South Carolina are set to return to the nation's capital next week, serving under President Trump's executive order sending the military to Washington. The announcement comes just 2 days after 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard were shot within blocks of the White House, leaving one dead and the other injured. South Carolina's governor says the 90-day deployment was scheduled before the shooting, adding that there was a request to have the Guardsmen there before Thanksgiving. Leadership from the South Carolina Guard pushed back, arguing that they didn't want to pull members of the National Guard away from their families for 2 major holidays.